This is Josh Friedman at Taksim Square in Istanbul. Today is June 7, 2015, and it is election day in Turkey. At stake is the fate of Turkish democracy, at least according to pundits who are critical of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Erdogan is asking voters to give the ruling Justice and Development Party enough seats in the Turkish parliament to change the constitution. Erdogan is seeking to transform Turkey from a European-style parliamentary government into a presidential system. He says that would benefit the economy. Critics say Erdogan is attempting an authoritarian takeover. In the last 2 years, under Erdogan's leadership, protests in Turkey have been suppressed with force, and journalists who reported on corruption allegations were thrown in jail. Also, the police and prosecutors who carried out the corruption investigations were jailed or sacked, and the politicians who were the subject of those investigations evaded prosecution. Returning to today, the AKP currently has 311 seats in the Turkish parliament. It needs 367 in order to have the supermajority needed to change the constitution. The election largely hinges on the performance of the People's Democratic Party, HDP for short. HDP is a pro-Kurdish party that has been appealing to left-leaning Turks. It is striving to get 10% of the vote. If it passes the 10% threshold, it will enter the parliament and take seats away from the AKP. If it does not reach 10%, the AKP will likely claim those seats. The AKP is actually down in the polls. Polls indicate that it is losing ground and it may be forced into a coalition government. But that could change entirely if the HDP does not reach 10%. I will be in Istanbul this whole week. Polls close at 5 p.m. today. I will be reporting on the results. If election fraud is suspected, that could trigger a new wave of protests, which could be again suppressed with violence. Again, this is Josh Friedman at Taksim Square in Istanbul. I will be giving you updates on the Turkish elections.